Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Jelena.
Well, oh yeah,
No.
sorry.
This is Connie.
Yeah.
Connie's gracing us with his presence today. And snoring.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now, but soon.
Soon. And you might be too. We're going to do a tutorial today on the Karandavasana assist. But before we go into detail, just take a second to hit the subscribe button.
Give us a like. And maybe comment.
Yeah, tell us what you want to see.
How much you love Connie.
Yeah.
Any of it.
Some people do write that because you always say that when they write, "We love Connie."
I know, I saw it. Makes me happy when other people like my dogs. Or any dogs, really.
Okay, so there are not that many sort of standard assists in traditional Ashtanga yoga. Okay, we have assists, but they're generally given for the same postures, again and again. So if you need it, Marchasana D or Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, your chin to your shin, or Supta Karmasana.
Later on, once you start working on drop backs and coming back to standing.
Yeah, the back bending, catching, that kind of thing. And then Supta Vajrasana after Kapotasana, again, an assisted back bend.
Or if you can't catch Kapotasana on your own, then you would be assisted so that you are catching your feet eventually.
I can hear people snoring. Too much Sanskrit.
Okay.
Anyway, so we just have, there's a few assists. This is one of them. Why?
So Karandavasana, so we have this thing that if you are a guy, you are supposed to be able to do this whole vinyasa on its own. So Karandavasana is a difficult pose, and you're supposed to come down and lift back up unassisted one day eventually, like every other pose.
Do you think that's still a thing?
I don't know that it's still a thing, actually. I think it's been challenged because we've seen our teacher lifting everybody.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, he's lifting everybody up. But it's a very difficult pose. And so lifting out of it, most of us need help.
So it's regularly assisted.
Yeah.
For people that are doing intermediate, and there is a typical assist that's given for it. We can look at that, but we have another assist that we like to do, so we wanted to show that to you today.
It's kind of unique, but it's super cool assist because it's not just about us as teachers lifting you out of it, but we're giving you a lot of teaching through that assist, and you have to do a lot of work. You can't be passive in it, and that eventually, hopefully,
Yeah, leads to some independence, some you being able to. Yeah, we give you the opportunity to work.
It also saves our back.
Yeah, it might be better. So this isn't like a beginner thing at all, because you have to be able to do Pinchamayurasana, the forearm stand, which is pretty hard. And then you have to be able to do the lotus in the pincha. And actually, I've met lots of people that have been able to do pincha fairly early on in their practice. Just maybe they've got like that kind of
Body
strength
proportion.
And then I've met lots of people that can do lotus early on in their practice because they've got that flexibility. But you don't usually get people that can do both right away. Like, you have to have a practice to do that. You know what I mean? You have to build up to it.
Yeah. It challenges everything. It challenges your balance. It challenges your strength. It challenges your flexibility. So it's one of those will get you.
Okay, so Connie is going to be doing the demonstration today.
You ready, Connie, with the little leg? Look at us. All right, Connie.
Okay. Now, let's see. Let's do the sort of traditional assist first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll do our assist. Okay. I'll just sort of stand here. Jelena can, do it on her own or whatever, but I'll stand here and pretend that I'm important or integral. There we go. Yep. And then once you're in lotus, you're going to lower down. Just going to come all the way down. Doom. Then this is like the assist that we see a lot, where you hook your fingers around the hips and then haul the person up. And it's not bad, right? You get lifted out of it. And then, so everybody is trying to come down on their own.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's kind of the baseline. But once you're down, the assist is about how you come back up.
But maybe we should quickly or you should, as I do it, show how we would also assist someone when they're
Into
just
lotus.
learning, how to do it.
Okay. So the pose, if you're not familiar with the intermediate series, the pose that comes right before this is the forearm stand. So you're supposed to be able to hold forearm balance steady for 5 breaths before you would try to do this pose. Once they can do that, then you would introduce this. So I'm going to hold Jelena's left leg, because it's always the right leg into half lotus first. And then she's going to bend the right knee. I'm just keeping her stable with this hand. Then I'm going to help her tuck that right foot down. And we want to bring the hip and the leg back. So she's kind of angling the hips to help get that other foot into position. And then I can squeeze a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to come in close so that I don't break my back, and stay over her. I'm going to guide her from her legs, holding her knees, see, drawing them in towards the body as she comes down into position. All right. And then from here, are you okay?
You can fall.
Then I'm going to come stand on her hands here, like this, put my shins on her shoulders, catch the backs of the legs, and then push my shins and my hands together to help her come back up. Good. And then come down. Was that hard?
Yeah. I find it hard because I'm holding it longer.
I think it makes sense to all of us why you would find it hard.
So I'm like halfway through you explaining something, I'm already there, like shaking, knowing that there's like still the other half
Yeah.
that has to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what makes this assist, this stepping on person's, what is this called?
Arms.
Arms? Stepping on the person's arms provides so much grounding, because what often happens when you're learning this pose, and later on when you've learned it too, as you start to come into it, you see the hands go like this. And usually that also will challenge your ability to actually stay in that tucked position. Often you fall onto your bum. But when someone's standing on your arms, then you kind of can find that resistance, which you lose when the hands cross. And then David pressing his knees onto my upper back really makes me find that round
shape. Yeah.
Which is the key to lifting up.
Yeah.
Because often people, what they do is they shoot the legs out right away. Instead of thinking lift up, they shoot the legs, and that moves the balance towards the back.
Yeah. What I see when people do is they initiate movement from the hips, from around the sacrum, which makes sense because the pose is to get the hips back up in the air. But then if we sort of work from our lower back and our hips, sometimes it works. People use their back muscles to lift, and they have enough shoulder stability to stay off the floor. But you'll see them go into deep extension, like an arch in the back, to lift the hips over. And what we're trying to do is kind of the opposite, where we're pushing from the shoulders, kind of like how we would lift into a handstand or something like that. Maintain a little bit of roundness and keep the legs close to the body.
Yeah.
At first, because when you work from your hips, you're drawing your legs away from your body, right? And then then they'll kind of shoot up and pop out of the posture and come down quickly. The other way, we're keeping the center of balance over the hands and kind of pressing up.
Yeah. I always say when you're learning this and when you're working on coming back up in particular, like pay close attention to the way you roll down, like you're really curving in on yourself. And then to come out, you have to kind of undo that. But the tendency, what David is saying, is that we go a little bit and then we want to shoot the legs out because we're lifting from the hips, not from our upper back through that rounding.
Should we do it one more time?
Connie, what do you think?
Connie says
Connie
yes.
says yeah. Okay, I do it one more time.
Last time.
Yeah. Okay, Connie?
So see how Jelena sets up by catching the elbows. She's kind of establishing shoulder width with the arms and the hands.
Or here's a little trick that I do too. I do this for pincha as well. So when I bring my hands here, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of drag to move the flesh out of the way. If I don't do that and I just put the hands here, I feel like, I don't know, the muscle and the meat and the skin get in the way. So I move it like that and then I turn and it feels so much more stable here on this part of the arm.
Okay, and then even if you're helping somebody, just to give them some extra stability, you could even step on one of their arms. Make sure you don't get kicked in the head. I've been kicked so many times. Okay, Jelena can do all this stuff herself, so maybe it's better if she does. Good, I'm going to help her. So here, I'll get into position even now for how I'm going to assist. So don't be worried about stepping on somebody's forearms and hands if it doesn't hurt. And then look where my knees are already. So I'm going to kind of guide everything in nice and tight so that her knees come high on her upper arms towards her shoulders. And now I'm pulling the knees back towards me this way and pushing my shins this way. And that keeps her head off the floor as we come back up. And then I'm going to avoid the feet as they come out. Balance here. And then she'll go doop. I don't think we have a tutorial on the doop part, do we? The doop.
We have it on Instagram. I don't know if we have it here.
Yeah, we'll make one of those for you.
All right. Well, let us know what you thought of this. Is there something more that we need to break down? Explain differently?
We teach people how to assist here at the Shala, in the Mysore room too. And this is usually a pretty tricky assist to teach people.
Yeah, it takes
There's a lot of feel for it. Plus, you have to find people willing to let you assist them.
No, I like the assist. It's a great assist.
Yeah.
When it's done right.
Yeah.
Just like any other, I guess.
Okay. Remember, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay. See you soon.
Bye.